Hey, precious friends, Trinita here. I am so excited to be with you. And I want to thank every single one of you, all my precious friends and precious gems who have been so amazing to support me on my new book launch, Healing from Pain to Purpose. This is a huge stepping stone for me. And I am so grateful for every one of you who have clicked on that buy button and for 99 cents, a special rate just for you, and really for God to plant the seed of healing, transformation, hope, and purpose in individual lives. And so when you click on that button and that link on Amazon and buy my book for 99 cents, not only are you blessed with a really good deal, but you are going to help other people heal as well, because you're going to learn lots of great tips. You're going to learn a little bit about my story. Some of you don't know my story at all. So I'm really honored that God's allowed me to be transparent to share some of that story. But mainly, it's not all about an autobiography, really, for me, about me. It's literally about you. And as you're reading my book, you're going to learn some stories of pain that you may relate to. Maybe you've gone through some deep, dark moments in your life, challenges that you have faced, and you've had a hard time soaring forward. And I share those stories just to let you know that you're not alone. Many know our Indigenous Canada, the people in our precious communities struggle, but every one of us struggles with something. And the key is God will heal what we're willing to reveal. And when we continue to hide and lie, that's exactly where Satan plants the lies to keep us down. And not only keep us down, but he tries really hard to prevent us from moving into our purpose. And so I just want to share with you a little snippet from my book, because truthfully, you are called to soar in full abundance. And I know some of you out there are struggling, and you might be out there stuck, or maybe you're out there prospering greatly, but maybe there's just one area that you might be struggling with. Well, I want to encourage you. Either way, you were called to soar in full abundance. And so I just want to read to you from my book and to let you know that it's time for you to grow in the momentum. And so I want to help you, precious ones. I want to help you to the best of my ability to help you stay in the momentum and keep your fervor going. We need to keep that fervor going, and guess what? We need each other to get that going. So I am so honored, and I am here and available to help coach you. I am a coach as well, and I'm a family parent coach, as well as a minister, and many areas of expertise that I want to be able to take that wisdom and help you and help others heal. And guess what? We're going to help each other and help others heal together, because that's how we grow. It's not just about a person teaching you, it's about us learning together. And that's why I feel like God had allowed me to write this book. So I want to bless you, and I want you to know, that I know that some of you have been stuck. And so many of you have held on to that pain for a long time, for many years. And you struggled and in certain areas, and you've just really had a hard time moving forward. And I just want to encourage you, you may be even talking about your situation over and over and over again. The pain is so deep that you don't even know how to rise above it. Um, you know, and sometimes you tend to avoid it. And people say to you, "Are you okay?" And you're like, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine." But deep down, there's some struggles that you are still struggling with. You're allowing the people around you to irritate you. You're allowing the people who've bullied you and belittled you to really hit your heart. And I know how that feels. It's very painful. But I want to encourage you, precious ones. And I say this in my book, and I'm just going to read this to you. Precious ones, hear me clearly, that this is your season. This is your season to refocus and to soar in full abundance in the blessings that God has for you. And it's really important, and it's a huge opportunity right now for you. And I hope that you take this opportunity to invest in your growth journey, to ingress, to soar into that growth journey, and to invest into your huge potential that God has for you. You know, we only know just a fraction of what we think God is doing in our lives. But you see, precious ones, God sees your potential. He sees your potential. And guess what? He believes in you. He believes in you so much. And guess what? I believe in you too. I love seeing people soar. I love seeing people prosper and grow. You know, as you see in my book, that we talk a lot about David and Hannah and wonderful characters in the Bible, but also, you know, some of my own story. And you know, I just want to say that in soaring forward, we need to understand that God's potential is much greater than what's ever happened to us. And so I want to encourage you that this is your season. He sees your potential. He believes in you, as well as, you know, sometimes you get into that plateau. You're on this journey and you're pumping it like a little train that could, and all of a sudden an obstacle happens and you get stuck. And then you get discouraged and you listen to all the naysayers and all the people that tell you different things about how it's not possible, and then you get stuck. Well, I want you to remember one thing. Okay, ready? You are an athlete in everyday life. And you say to me, Trinita, how can you say I'm an athlete? I don't even know how to run. I'm not talking just about that type of athlete. I'm talking about endurance. Listen, all through COVID, all through our challenges, every one of us have went through some huge oppositions, to the point where we've lost people we love. We've went through a lot of grief, a lot of challenges we have faced, people persevering, people have struggled in many ways. And you're enduring wholeheartedly. And guess what? You're still alive. You are enduring, living life. You are an athlete in everyday life. You are called to soar in full abundance. So don't just put the label and say, well, I'm not Michael Jordan, so therefore I'm not an athlete. No, you are not necessarily Michael Jordan, but you are a valuable, unique, precious treasure that God has appointed for this hour and this time. And so I want to encourage you that you are an athlete in everyday life. I want you to take one step at a time on your journey, and to understand that, yes, you are being stretched. There are things that you've never done before that God's going to lead you to do. There's going to be areas, even in my book, and my workbook, by the way, is coming. It's next. I will be, well, the paperback first is coming. And my apologies, many of you have asked me, is a paperback book coming? It is, but the key is the Kindle book has to be first, and they're reviewing. We're actually working on just the book cover edit right now. We just have one little thing that we need to take care of, and so I'm working on that. So we're just waiting patiently. So the paperback book is coming, and I just want to thank you again, and I hope that you tell your friends to buy the ebook. Please get it out there. We'd love your support. It really means a lot on this new launch, and we're going to be doing the workbook next. It's already edited. We're just getting that to a formatter, and the workbook is essential. And so I want to share with you, precious ones, I want to encourage you that this is not just a book. This is a book of transformation. It is a book that's going to help you tangibly take a good look at where you're at. You're going to look at some of those chapters, and each chapter you're going to have the workbook that's going to go with it that you can purchase. And I want you to take that workbook and work on your own personal growth journey. I want to see you answer those questions for your own healing journey, and make it tangible, and spend your time with God, our wonderful creator, and allow him to reveal his precious love to you, and find out those areas that you have struggled, because you are going to rise into a greater level, and you are going to soar in greater purpose. And so I want to encourage you with that, you know, stay consistent, and be consistent, because God has great things in store for you when you're consistent. Remember, you are an athlete in everyday life. Never, ever forget it, precious ones. You're an athlete. And I want to encourage you. In my book, I talk about being disciplined in the process. I also talk about being determined to give your all. And so I want you to know that I am determined to give my all. I've been spending hours and hours and hours studying and learning and preparing and getting prepared for even our Christmas project. And I just want to say that you are valuable, you are precious, you are truly, truly loved. And I want to close in this scripture because it ties in with exactly what I'm saying. And God says in his word, he says this in 2 Corinthians 9, verse 8, he says, the God who is able to bless you abundantly, abundantly, he wants to bless us abundantly, so that in all things, always having all that you need, that you will abound in every good work. I want to encourage you. There are steps to stepping out into greater heights. And all I can say is I've learned this in writing this book. I'm going to be really honest with you, precious ones. I've always desired to write a book, but several books. And I struggled a lot. I listened to all the people who limited me. And I talk about that in my book also, about different limiting beliefs and how we can break past that. But I struggled for many, many years. I've written many songs, I've recorded songs, and even that, I've allowed the people that I looked up to hold me down. But we have to understand we have a God who does exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think. And when we're faithful to him and we come to him with that childlike faith, he'll do whatever he wants to do, but he's your cheerleader. And so I want to encourage you on stay focused and know that God's promises are true and to understand that you will soar in full abundance. And so I am so excited. I look forward to hearing all the reports and the reviews, and I'd like to get your insight on what you're hearing, what you're learning from my book. And I just want you to know that you are amazing. I love you guys so much. I just want to say miigwech to you. Thank you for supporting this wonderful opportunity to bless you and many. And I really do feel in my spirit that this is going to be a book of healing. It's going to be a book of transformation. And it's going to be a book that's going to hopefully, I believe with all my heart, actually, never mind, hopefully, I believe with all my heart, going to set people free and that they would come to Christ. That's the purpose of the heart of the Father, but it's my heart's desire to see you come to Jesus if you don't know him, and to also see that you can rekindle that fire to rise up in your purpose and to do all that God has called you to do. So that being said, I love you. Continue to stand strong, and I look forward to hearing more who are buying my book. And get ready, the paperback and the healing journals coming soon, and I will be back on to share with you again. Love you guys. Take care. Bye for now.